Y'all, I spent $400 freaking and flipped that into over $50K in 60 days. Let's talk about where the hell this $400 went. So this, for me, this was really like a challenge. I was trying to challenge myself. I was trying to see what's the least amount of money? Like, what is the least amount of money I can start this business? Because I know a lot of y'all are balling on a budget. Boo, me too. We balling on a budget too, okay? And, you know, not everybody has $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 to go ahead and start their business. But that doesn't mean you can't start a business. So I really challenged myself, y'all. I was like penny pinching, boo. Like, penny pinching, because I wanted to give you guys the least amount of money that you would need to start a successful business.
I heard they asking for the queen. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage. Look back while I twerk. No comparison.
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what was happening? Bitch, what was happening? Bitch, I'm a savage.
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you
What is up, boss babes, and welcome back to another video. If it is your first time here, I was like, damn girl, I didn't know what you was capable of. So I didn't know that this store was going to take off as fast as it did. Very, very thankful. So I wanted to share with you guys how I actually made this happen and how you could possibly do it too. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into this tea. All right, long story short, I secretly launched a dropshipping store. Now I have 2 dropshipping stores right now, and I'll be launching another one mid-February. Okay, so I secretly started a new one right before Thanksgiving. For those of you who don't know what dropshipping is a certain business model. So the usual business model that most people go for is starting an online store, ordering inventory, and shipping it out of their home, right? The next one is called the pre-order method, where people will wait until their customers actually place an order with them on their store, and then they place that order with their vendor, and then the vendor ships it to them. And they may, you know, put it in a pretty box, put a little handwritten note or whatever, and then they ship it to their customers. Now, drop shipping is kind of basically the pre-order method, but it never touches your hands. It never comes to you. Your vendor actually ships it to your customer on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to worry about shipping things. You know, you can make your money on vacation, make your money in your sleep, and everything is taken care of. That is drop shipping, which is why the overhead is so freaking low, and it's very, very low risk business. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys how I made this $400 turn into $50K step by step. Right? So before I get into it, let's just go ahead and talk about some of the pros and some of the cons from drop shipping. Just like anything, you will have both. So some of the pros, obviously, I just went over. You don't have to worry about having a lot of money to start. You can literally have an idea for a dropshipping store today and have it up and running by next week or tomorrow. Really, low key. So you don't have to worry about money, having a lot of money. You don't have to worry about shipping inventory, and it's low risk. Okay, so those are some of the pros. Now there are cons. Okay, so some of the cons are usually longer shipping times, because when you are using AliExpress, which I use to dropship, when you use AliExpress, the shipping times are a lot longer for whatever reason, especially right now during COVID. It is really tricky. So shipping is can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days. So that is a big hiccup. Now, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the video, how you can kind of work your way around that, but that is a huge con. Another con is finding a reliable supplier who's not going to try to cheat you and ship your products with their name or their information on the shipping label. That's the thing, okay? That's the thing. Some of these vendors be out here trying to get y'all. They shiesty in these streets, okay? So that's a con. You have to find a reliable supplier that you can trust. And of course, the third con is you don't really get to personalize the experience at first. We're gonna get into that a little bit later too. Now, for those of you who would like to know more about dropshipping, I do have an ebook with all of the latest information, step by step, how y'all can start y'all dropshipping store. Check the description. But again, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, how I got this thing popping in a little bit amount of time. I also have a surprise for y'all, so stay tuned to the very end. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about where the hell this $400 went. So this, for me, this was really like a challenge. I was trying to challenge myself. I was trying to see what's the least amount of money? Like, what is the least amount of money I can start this business? Because I know a lot of y'all are balling on a budget. Boo, me too. We balling on a budget too, okay? And, you know, not everybody has $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 to go ahead and start their business. But that doesn't mean you can't start a business. So I really challenged myself, y'all. I was like, penny pinching, boo. Like, penny pinching, because I wanted to give you guys the least amount of money that you would need to start a successful business. And I'm shook. Okay? I'm shook. So like I said, $400. $120 of that went to ordering my samples and shipping. So shipping was about, I want to say $20. Shipping was about $20. So I spent $100 on samples. Mind you, this isn't even wholesale pricing. So these are very low ticket items that I use for my dropshipping store. They're anywhere from $10 to $50. So I purchased quite a few samples so I can make sure the quality was up to par. That's very important. You don't want to just, find you a supplier and then boom, you don't order your samples and you just shipping out anything. You still want to make sure you have some ethics, okay? Some ethics, all right? Then I spent $80 on graphic banners for my website. Now, me, y'all, I'm very fluent in graphic design and Shopify. Y'all know Shopify has my heart. I only recommend Shopify for your website platform. If you are in e-commerce and you sell physical products, you need to be on Shopify, okay? We don't care about Wix. We don't care about Big Cartel, WooCommerce. No shade to y'all, but Shopify is that girl, okay? Make the switch, okay? But look, Shopify don't even sponsor me, so let me shut up. But I spent $80 on website banners just to make sure, everything was clean and good looking, okay? But I put my website together myself. Also, y'all, I do have a Shopify course coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Because there's too many people out here in these streets getting got by these graphic designers, getting scammed and being overcharged. And you can do this shit yourself. Seriously, it's not hard. It just takes a bit of skill, but once you got it, and it's something you're going to need to know because you are going to be the one that's updating your website and maintaining that thing, unless, a website maintenance person is in the budget, but whatever, okay? So I spent $80 on graphic banners, okay? I then spent $160 on influencer marketing. Now, if you guys have not checked out my influencer marketing video where I cover exactly how to find influencers, how to know how to vet them, what questions to ask, and how to know they're the real deal, I will leave that link in the description box. You need to check that out because I spent $160 on influencers and that's it. This went between 4 different influencers and they were both nano and micro. If you do not know what a micro influencer is or a nano influencer, I suggest you to check out my video, okay? Description box, boo, description. You're gonna wanna watch that, seriously. Last but not least, I spent my last $40 on product photos from Fiverr. Y'all, I'm going to do a video on Fiverr because somebody asked me to do a video on Fiverr, so that's coming soon too. If you have any questions about drop shipping or Fiverr, drop them below so I can make sure that I get to them in my next video, okay? All right. Okay, if y'all liking this so far, if y'all know the gems are about to be dropped, go ahead and give me a like. Boop, boop, and hit the subscribe button if you aren't already, okay? After I spent $160 freaking dollars, y'all, we did 7K our first month. I repeat, we did 7K our first month. I'm only using Instagram to market this business. Nobody knows I own this store. I have only 500 freaking followers on my Instagram. I do not promote this on any of my personal platforms. So don't be like, oh, you only did that because you got a big following or whatever. No. You don't need 1,000 followers to make $1,000. I tell y'all that all the time. You just need strategies. Okay? So $160, flip that. Well, really $400, but $160. The influencer marketing is the reason we did 7K first month. I launched this store on November 20th or November 21st. It was right before Thanksgiving. And between November 23rd, which we had our first sale, to December 23rd, we did $7,000. Okay? This shit ain't a game. Like, it's all in choosing the right influencers, y'all. Like, seriously, you don't have to spend the 3, 5, 10K on the influencers to make that back. It's about to get real interested in a second, so keep watching. So I then took $1,200 of that $7,000 and decided to reinvest into the business, which y'all know I tell y'all that all the time. Put that money back. Put that money back. That's not your money. That is not your money. That's the business money, okay? Put it back. So I put $1,200 back into the business and reinvested into influencer marketing once again. Okay, so this time I used some influencers with just a little bit more clout. You know, their prices was a little bit higher, but we did $10,000 in 6 days. I'm sorry, y'all. It's crazy because again, this freaking Instagram has 500 followers. It was like we're like at 540 now. But sweetie, we did 10K in 6 days. Yeah, we're just gonna have a moment of silence. Yeah, I know. Now let me say something, y'all, because I really want you to understand that this isn't just open a dropshipping store, hire an influencer, and boom. These numbers would not have been what they were, and I'm about to shake the table in a second. But these numbers would not be what they are if my branding was not intact. If I did not have a good idea of who my target audience was. I repeat, these numbers would not be what they are if my branding was not intact. Y'all know I always talk about branding, and how important it is. It is also equally important to know who the hell you're targeting, because your marketing is going to reflect that. Hopefully y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? So far, we have done $34,000 this month. Y'all, I spent $400 freaking dollars and flipped that into over 50K in 60 days. This shit is not a game. This shit is not a game. Okay? So the secret here is branding, reinvesting the money, and having a good idea of who you're targeting and being consistent with dropshipping. This is dropshipping, right? I'm hands off in this business. I have assistants who handle my customer service for me, who fulfill the orders from when somebody orders from my website, place the order with my vendor. If you guys want to know that whole process, check out my dropshipping ebook. If you need help with branding, which a lot of y'all do, I'm not even capping. The lack of branding is holding a lot of you back. Some of y'all don't even know what's the difference between branding and marketing. You cannot tell me. And if that is you, rectify the situation. I have a branding webinar too. Everything y'all need, I got. Okay, period. That's in the description box as well. I do not teach anything I don't implement myself. Because a lot of people think, it's just about hiring an influencer. But we talked about this in the influencer video. You can bring all this freaking traffic to your website, to your Instagram. But if you do not give people a reason to stay, you wasting your money. It's not the influencer fault. It's your fault. Y'all know this is the accountability hour, always. Okay? Now, again, y'all, don't forget, I have a surprise. So stay tuned to the end. Also, I forgot to tell y'all, I dropped a new bundle for people who are brand new to selling. You don't know what the hell you're doing. I have a whole bundle of products y'all can check out. That's in the description box too. All right, so before you guys lose your marbles and go off the deep end, I wanted to cover some of the questions I get asked quite a lot about dropshipping. Ever since I have been promoting that I have been doing these numbers with dropshipping, the questions have been coming in, okay? So I'm going to go over some of the most asked. The first one, how do you handle long shipping times? This is a very, very important question because, like I mentioned earlier, shipping can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days when dropshipping with AliExpress. How I have combated this is breaking the shipping time into processing time. Okay, so for example, my supplier currently for this business I'm referring to takes 2 weeks to drop ship. Well, that's 14 days. Okay, now this is 14 days, period. It's not business days, it's just 14 days. So I say, please allow 3 to 5 days for processing, 3 to 5 business days. So now half of that time It's really like cut up. And y'all know we've been going through some things with the post service. So people are a little bit more forgiving. They're a little bit more understanding. If they aren't, refund them and go about your business. Okay? Because all money ain't good money. Okay? So I add 3 to 5 business days for processing. And then 5 to 10 business days for shipping. That equals anywhere from 8 to 15 business days. Usually it's going to be delivered before that. They always want to under promise and over deliver. So they already in their head thinking, okay, this could take 14 business days to come, which equals out to about 20 days total. My products isn't taking that long to be delivered, but I'm going to under promise and over deliver. So you think it's gonna take 20 days, but you're really gonna get it there in half the time. Okay, so just don't let that go over your head. Seriously, don't let that go over your head. And a lot of the times, people just like to be communicated with. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to ask you, where's my product? And then they don't hear from you. So as long as that communication is open, you have great customer service, 9 times out of the 10, people are not going to care. Okay? And for that one person, like I said, refund them and go about your business. It's not worth the headache. The next question, what do you do about returns and exchanges with dropshipping? This is a really great question as well, because you're going to have them, people, are going to want their money back for whatever reason. My suggestion is I do allow returns and exchanges just because I feel because you don't want to turn people away with strict policies. Let's say you go on a website and they say no returns, no exchanges. That turns me off. I don't know about y'all, but that really turns me off. I'm like, girl, shit, I don't know if I can trust you. What if I don't like it? What if it ain't what I thought it was, So I have a pretty flexible return policy. If someone wants to return, they have 14 days to do so. Let me say this also. It's only returnable and exchangeable if there is a manufacturer default. If something comes broken or something comes scratched or, there's something wrong that we did on our end, that's when it's open to an exchange. We just exchange it. I have a really good relationship with my supplier, bringing them quite a bit of money right now. So they're open to, making things work. Also, with returns, if I get a return and it's a faulty item or there's nothing wrong with it, but it was already sent out and we got it back, I will do a sale and let my customers know this was a manufacturer error or whatever. So you're still getting rid of the product. It's not going to waste. That's just how I do things for my dropshipping store. Y'all can do your research and feel free to do it however y'all want to do it. Okay. Next question. Would you suggest adding dropshipping products to a store that's already up and running, where the products are shipped from your house or your warehouse or whatever the hell you got going on? No, this is my opinion. I do not think you should mix items that are going to be drop shipped with items that are going to be shipped directly from you. The reason being is because we talked about these long shipping periods. So if somebody goes on your store, they don't know what items is drop shipped and what items isn't drop shipped. So if you're shipping items and you ship it the next damn day, they're going to get it within 3 days versus the other item is going to take 3 weeks. So you don't really want to mix that, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't come off as professional, in my opinion. I don't suggest it. However, that's my opinion. I do suggest just adding another freaking dropshipping store. Just start a new store and get it on and popping. Let me also note that dropshipping isn't that passion product. That passion, that thing you love to do, that thing you love to sell. It's just another stream of income, y'all. It's not about the product. It is about the strategy. Okay, now I also have another ebook. Look, y'all, I got y'all. But I have another ebook on how I actually find products that I know will be worth big bank. Okay, so y'all can check that out in the description box if you need help coming up with an idea for your product. All right, now there are some products that I do not recommend drop shipping. The first one is clothes. I don't recommend drop shipping clothes because, for one, the return and the exchange rate for clothes is way too high. And for two, the size difference, right? So if you're drop shipping from AliExpress, that's China. The size difference from China in America, or where, Europe or UK, that's Europe, sorry, whatever. It's way too different. And people don't really read size charts. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. People don't read as is. They really ain't reading a size chart. So save yourself the headache and do not drop ship clothes. Or do. you know, it's up to you. That's just my suggestion. The next one is hair. Now, I used to suggest that drop shipping was okay with hair, but in 2021, it just isn't the way to go because, for one, longer shipping times, people are extremely impatient when it comes to buying hair online. And for two, you're going to need inventory to continue to put out that fire content that people are expecting in this very oversaturated market for you to stand out. If that makes sense. Hopefully that did not go over your head. So those are the two I don't recommend. Yeah, y'all can do what y'all want. Now, that's it for this video, you guys. Don't forget to check out all the ebooks if you need them. Y'all definitely need the branding webinar, though. No cap. Y'all do. Also, if you would like to work with me directly, that's in the description box, too, in my mentorship program. Go ahead and make that move if y'all really trying to get to the bag. Lastly, my surprise. So for those of you who suck at finding quality suppliers, I have an entire catalog of drop shippers that's quality drop shippers I've been putting together for over a year. Y'all can check that out in the description box if you need it. Again, y'all, it's not about the product. It's about your marketing, your branding, knowing who you're targeting. All of those things go in the pot, okay? You got a best freaking vendor, but if nobody knows, it doesn't make a difference. Or you can have a mediocre ass vendor, but your branding's so fire, your marketing's on point, and you're consistent with it, they're gonna think you got the best thing since sliced bread, okay? Also, you guys, if you want to save a little money, you can use code NEWMONEY at checkout for money off your order. Okay, let's get to this bag, y'all. It's so much freaking money to be made out here in these streets. And if you are sleeping on any of these strategies I continue to tell y'all about, you are leaving money on the table. All right, I will keep y'all updated on how this store does. I'm also, again, dropping a new dropshipping store next month. We are coming up on the Chinese New Year, so that is the only freaking reason this store is not up and running by tomorrow. Okay, so I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, girl. If you haven't already, what you doing? Because you will be back. Okay, love y'all.